Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. And today we are going to be talking about QNT. As you guys know, very bullish on it. Currently it is raining outside, but QNT is making it rain dollars for all those holders that were buying at those cheap prices that I was mentioning back on Twitter, back in even May, right? So first and foremost, let's analyze the market. So the market's still kind of doing its thing. Bitcoin's trying to fight that 40K uphill battle. I think at some point in time we're going to be seeing a drop on Bitcoin, most likely down to about 36.3K to around 37K. It's needed, it's healthy. We might even come as low as maybe 35K, but it's totally fine. I'm not going to be too concerned when that does happen. It's actually very healthy considering the fact that we moved from 30K all the way to 40K very, very quick. So, with that being said, let's really analyze QNT. So I've talked about QNT for quite some time. I've mentioned how this is an easy 5-digit asset, even a 4-digit asset. I think that we could probably see 4 digits this bull run most likely. And the reason for that is because a lot of circulating supply is getting eaten up by a lot of buyers. Now, we do see that the current market cap is still at 1.6 billion, so we are still fairly early on this. We are seeing a slight pullback. We did hit about $150 almost. We were $3 off, totally fine. We do see that the fully diluted market cap is almost 2 billion, so this is very minimal in terms of the overall market cap. Now, I don't think that this one is going to experience major sell-offs or major trading because honestly, with how much supply there is and the current value of it, I honestly would not be trading this. Like, I would not be trying to short it. I would not be trying to, take profit. That's just my personal opinion because I think that this is going to be, a much higher priced asset very soon. Now, if we do come over to the holders, we do see that there's only 21,321 holders of this asset. Now, this one is not going to be easy to have that, 3 million plus holders like XRP or, a million plus holders, because a lot of this value, like for an example, right, there's only 12 million QNT in circulation. So, only 12 million people could actually hold one, which we already know that a lot of people aren't just going to be holding one. I see people holding 1,000. I see people holding, 100. The range is, it's a little different for most people, but we do see here on a 3-month span. Now, I was buying back in May, just to give you guys an insight. We do see back in May, we do see that there were 17,000 addresses. Now, this is crazy considering the fact that we have grown over 4,000 holders since then. So a lot of people are buying QNT. A lot of that supply is diminishing day by day. And guess what happens when that supply is diminishing day by day with how much supply there is and with the current price? Guess what happens? We do see a massive price increase on this asset. Like I said, this is not going to stay at these prices for long. A lot of people thought that once we hit like $100 here back in, June, they were like, all right, well, that's basically it. We're going to just keep going down, whatever. We're going to have a major pullback. That's not the case. Listen, QNT is not your typical asset. We do see that the volume is only $204 million, but it is up 1,000% in the 24-hour period. So this one is going to fly. Like I said, I said back on this date, QNT was below $50. You could bet that we are celebrating today that it's now worth nearly $150. This is what I was talking about, right? Like, I know that I advertise a lot of stuff, right? I advertise, for an example, my poster website that we are actually having a major summer sale, but I advertise my Twitter and my Discord a lot. That's because I am giving you guys realistic and major calls that a lot of people would pretty much lock away in a Udemy course or something like that. I am not going to be doing that. Like, listen, I tell you guys what I'm buying. I will tell you guys what I'm selling. And guess what? QNT was one of those buys that I was buying under $50. And of course, yeah, sure, a lot of other people were buying at lower prices, $30, $40, $20, all the way back to, even when it was like $5 plus. Like, these people that were entering back in, 2018, wow. Like, even back here, right? 2018 of August. So in the matter of 3 years almost, it was 25 cents. Isn't that crazy to think about? Like QNT was 25 cents at some point in time. That is why I even talking about when like we see, something that has such a small supply, and then like when you do your research on it, for example, like I've done so much research on this. I love the distributed ledger network that they're trying to build with a lot of these assets. A lot of people compare it with like XRP or HBAR, like they're like, oh, this is gonna kill both of them. It's gonna be the best thing ever, whatever. Listen, a lot of these assets you cannot compare them. For example, you cannot compare HBAR to QNT because they're just going to be doing different things. Like they're going to leverage different markets and districts, and you just can't compare it. And with Ripple, Ripple's already kind of connected with them in a way. I think that they're going to basically work together with interoperability as well. So I think that this is going to be a great thing to see. We have already seen like their partners, right? We've already seen Oracle come out with their statement on working with major banks. We've seen, a lot of these clients and customers that they have or partners that they have are working in major financial districts. So this one is not going to slow down, I don't think, at any time. I love their solutions. I already did a deep dive on this project, but I love their multi-ledger tokens, which is like stable coins and stuff like that. And I just love the idea that they are in the financial district. I love fintech utility tokens because I just want to say right now, like when we look at prices like this and we look at like something like Bitcoin, right? The reason why I think QNT could even reach, Bitcoin prices at some point in time and even maybe flip Bitcoin at some point in time is because of how much utility it is actually providing for those fintech districts. And, I honestly think like a lot of people, give me some slack. They talk, down on my predictions or, they say, oh, this will never happen. Oh, this is a trash coin, whatever. A lot of people were actually talking down on QNT when I was talking about it, and they just said that it's, oh, it's copy and pasted technology, it's doing nothing, whatever. Guys, we need to stop looking at things like that. Like when I do research on an asset, I always tell people to do their own as well, because like, listen, I can only do so much research for somebody, and I can only talk so much about an asset from my own personal agenda. Because listen, this isn't financial advice, but this is me doing research day by day, taking notes, really kind of deep diving into a project and really giving you guys the specifics about something. For something like QNT, for somebody to say that it's not going to reach a 4-digit or 5-digit number at some point in time, when we compare the circulating supply, the utility aspect behind QNT, what's actually going to drive the price for QNT, comparing it to like something like Bitcoin, yeah, I do think QNT will hit 4 to 5 digits at some point in time. And I do think that we could possibly see 4 digits even this year, comparing it to, the current price action that we are seeing with, how much supply is being locked away, how much supply is getting eaten up. On every single dip, you could pretty much guarantee that there's always a buyer on the other end buying that dip because people want QNT. People see that QNT is moving very fast. They see that at some point in time, right now we are ranked number 58. I can pretty much tell you right now that we will be in the top 25 at least by the end of this bull run. And we most likely will be even higher depending on how much people FOMO into this, because we did just see it get listed on Binance and stuff. Now, I do also want to quote this tweet here from XRP Mommy that says, QNT supply is so small that I could never stomach trading at these cheap prices. I've seen so many folks say on here they tried and ended up missing the train because of it. Don't be them, do better. And this is exactly, right. Like right now, like QNT, I would not trade these prices at all, like I said, because the supply is diminishing day by day. There's always a buyer for the dip. I've said, like, whenever we see a pullback, like I see everybody always saying, can we see a pullback? Can we see a pullback? Are we going to see a pullback on QNT? Guys, when we look at the chart, okay, now this is the daily chart. We've just seen a major pullback. We actually technically hit $1.50 on the Bittrex chart. Now, we just seen a pullback to about $1 or $131. I wish that we seen $1, but if you actually look at this price, now we actually pulled back quite a bit. We're down about 13% from that line up there. That is pretty good. When we talk about that, that is a pretty decent pullback. Now, just today alone, we were trading at $92. So realistically, the price jump from earlier today to that high was about 62%. So we were up 62% in one day. Now, a lot of people most likely sold at $1.50, took a little bit of profit, and most likely reinvested down here somewhere, or maybe they're waiting for a little bit more. But that's the idea of I would not short this asset though, because like the gain that you will have on this, percentage is really nothing. Like even right now, right? We're climbing back up. We just jumped another $2. This is one of those assets that, yeah, sure, you could sell every pump and buy every dip, or you could just hodl and buy every dip, because look at this chart. Like, we've had some nice dips in the past, right? For an example, we hit $106, and I said, hey, we might see a pullback, and we pretty much hit the 100-day MA perfectly at about $59, almost $60 exact. So that was a pretty nice pullback that we had. It was about a $40 pullback. You guys pretty much, got it for $40 on a discount, and guess what it did, just days after? Hit $150. A lot of these pullbacks that we see on QNT are very strong pullbacks. It either loves the 100-day MA or the 200-day MA, as we do see here, right? We hit it 3 times back here. We even hit it back here, and it kind of rode that line back in December. But now it's more so, trying to hit this 100-day MA that we've broken down below it a little bit here and there. But for the most part, now we're kind of ranging a little bit on the 50. So, with every single pullback or every single pump that we go higher on, we're pretty much moving more and more away from those MAs. So when we do dip, it most likely won't dip as much as we've, seen in the past. But those were some juicy dips that we've seen in the past that I've always said, if you see a dip on QNT, you most likely want to eat it up, because everybody else is trying to eat up that price action as well on QNT, because it's such a massive project that people are actually recognizing now. If you guys do want to learn more about QNT, like I said, you guys could always watch my deep dive video on how I'm pretty much telling you guys that this is going to be a massive project. A lot of people call it the internet of value, if you will, because it is going to connect a lot of these DLT technology assets to, together, especially even Ripple and XRP, as you guys already seen. I don't know if it's on this one, but we've seen it already on here. So yeah, Overledger for Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I'm sure that they'll probably add more on here at some point in time, but we already know how Ripple, how big Ripple is going to be. We already seen what Ripple is doing. Like, if you're long in this game and you are looking to buy QNT, these prices aren't going to be here forever, right? And the reason for that is because even, buying QNT at these prices right now is like buying a discounted Bitcoin at $135. Because it has first off, it has less supply than Bitcoin, and it actually has utility. The utility grade on QNT, comparing it to Bitcoin, is like night and day. Like Bitcoin, we already know the utility behind it is speculative store of value. With QNT, we know that it's going to pretty much, work with these fintech companies and pretty much leverage Overledger for these technologies as well, to really kind of produce efficiency and value for them, and really kind of unlock that value as well. A lot of the value in QNT is already kind of locked up. Like I said, we've already seen 20,000 plus holders, which we grow day by day with that, holding QNT. And a lot of those people are not going to be holding it just for a year. Those people are long on QNT because they see the long-term value as well. Now, like I said, a lot of people say that this isn't going to dip during the bear market. Who knows? I could see it possibly dipping like most assets, but this is one of those assets that, we might not see it dip. But all I know is that this one is one to really keep an eye on if you guys do want to buy it. Like I said, if you're long, $134 might, you might see a loss short term, but long term, I think that you're going to see a lot of value still being unlocked even at these current prices. So with that being said, do your own research. Definitely look into QNT. Like I said, I've done videos on it. This one is a very special asset. I think that this is one of the most high-grade utility tokens in this space right now. This is one that's truly going to be in the words of pretty much every single individual in crypto at some point in time. I've been talking about this one for quite some time. Shout out to those who were talking about it before me as well. I don't know anybody, but I'm sure there were. But guys, definitely keep an eye out on Quant or QNT. So with that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. If you guys don't want more free content, like I said, follow me on Twitter. Also join the free Discord down in the description below. But nonetheless, this has been Nick. Peace out.